Why do some people never seem to age, even after life has beaten them down? Looking younger isn't just luck, it's psychology. And today, you'll find out how. If someone's ever said, "You don't look your age," this video is your mirror. Has anyone ever stopped you mid-conversation, wide-eyed, just to say, "Wait, there's no way you're that age"? Maybe they thought you were 5, 10, or even 15 years younger than your real age. At first, it might feel like a flattering compliment, just good genes, or great skincare, right? But what if I told you it's something far deeper than that? What if looking younger than your age is a reflection of something hidden, something rooted not in your DNA, but in your mindset, your habits, your emotional strength? Because science and observation show us this. People who seem to defy aging often have one thing in common. They've mastered their inner world. And today, we're going to explore exactly what those psychological patterns are and how they secretly affect your appearance. So, if anyone's ever told you, you don't look your age, this video might finally explain why. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe. I've got more eye-opening content coming your way. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. Segment: You have an unbreakable spirit, have you? Ever met someone who's gone through hell, loss, betrayal, heartbreak, financial collapse, and yet, when you look at them, they look untouched by time. No deep lines etched by pain, no dull eyes dimmed by struggle. Just a calm, vibrant presence that makes you wonder, how do they do it? The answer is simple but powerful. They have an unbreakable spirit. You see, the mind controls the body in more ways than we give it credit for. Stress isn't just a mental burden. It leaves physical fingerprints. It shapes your skin, stiffens your posture, and dulls the light in your eyes. People who age fast, more often, they're not just unlucky. They're overwhelmed. They've been trapped in a cycle of anxiety, regret, emotional repression. Their bodies are constantly in survival mode, flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone responsible for premature aging, wrinkles, fatigue, and that constant sense of heaviness. But here's the difference. Some people choose not to stay down. Yes, life knocks them over hard, but they get back up every time, not because life gets easier, but because they get stronger. They don't let the emotional bruises stick. They don't let stress own them. They've built mental armor. This resilient mindset becomes visible. You can literally see it in their faces. Their skin glows with vitality. Their eyes shine with calm power. And their presence, it feels alive, centered, radiant. So let me ask you this. If you've ever been told you look younger than your age, could it be because you've chosen not to stay broken? Are you someone who laughs through the pain, who keeps walking when others give up? If so, maybe you've already unlocked the truth. Youth isn't only skin deep. It's a reflection of the peace you've earned and the storms you've survived. The ultimate secret to agelessness isn't just found in your skin. It's written in your spirit. And if you haven't mastered this yet, don't worry. The best time to start is always right now. Let go of the things you can't control. Find your strength in your struggles. Refuse to let life defeat you, because life will try. Oh, it will. It will test you, push you, wear you down. But here's the truth. Only you can decide whether those moments leave a scar on your soul, or just fade like a wrinkle that never settled. 2. You embrace change instead of fearing it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone well into their 50s or even 60s, yet they move through life with the energy of a teenager? They light up the room. They walk with purpose. They laugh, like time has no hold on them. That's no coincidence. These are the people who've uncovered a powerful truth. Staying young means embracing change, not resisting it. You see, one of the fastest ways to age mentally, emotionally, and physically is to grow stubborn. People who resist change get stuck. They repeat the same patterns, complain about the same things, and slowly, they start to harden. You can see it in the tightness of their jaw, in the frown lines etched deep into their faces, in the way their shoulders slump forward as if burdened by invisible weight. They're not flowing with life. They're fighting it, and it shows. But then there are the ageless ones, the souls who, no matter their age, seem to dance with life. They say yes to new experiences. They don't fear the unknown. They welcome it. They don't say, "I'm too old for this." They say, "Why not?" They are eternal students, always learning, always evolving, always curious. They step outside their comfort zones, not because it's easy, but because it keeps their spirit alive, and science backs this up. Those who remain socially engaged, who keep learning new skills, who explore new ideas, their brains stay sharper, their bodies stay healthier, their spirits stay lighter. And yes, their appearance reflects that. There's a glow, a spark, to someone who lives with open arms. Their face isn't weighed down by regret or resistance. Instead, they radiate with vitality, enthusiasm, and emotional agility. So, if you've ever wondered why some people look decades older than they are, while others somehow look younger every year, look closer at how they respond to change. Those who fight life age faster, but those who flow with it, who embrace the twists and turns with curiosity instead of fear, they stay young, not just in looks, but in soul. Because the truth is, aging isn't just about how many candles are on your birthday cake. It's about how flexible your mind remains as the world keeps shifting. If you refuse to grow, to adapt, to welcome change, you'll feel old long before your body shows it. But if you stay curious, if you choose to keep evolving, your energy will make people stop and wonder, what's your secret? Your mind is always curious. Have you ever met someone whose presence just radiates vitality and energy, the kind that instantly makes you feel more alive just by talking to them? They might be 40, 50, or even 60 years old, yet they carry the spark of someone half their age. What sets them apart? It's their curiosity, a never-ending thirst to explore and understand. These people never stop learning. They always want to know more about the world, about others, and especially about themselves. They ask meaningful questions, dive into new hobbies, challenge their beliefs, and treat life as an adventure, not a burden. Their minds stay sharp and their bodies reflect that clarity. This isn't just observation, it's science. Studies show that regular mental stimulation helps maintain brain function, slows cognitive decline, and even slows down physical aging. But curiosity goes far beyond brain health. It transforms your energy. Have you noticed how people with a curious mind seem to glow? Their eyes are brighter, their expressions more animated, their presence more magnetic. They don't see life as something slipping away. They see it as something full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. And that mindset, it shows on their face, in their body language, in their spirit. So if people often tell you that you look younger than your age, pause and ask yourself, are you someone who's always curious? Do you find joy in learning something new? Do you challenge yourself to grow rather than settle into routine? If the answer is yes, then congratulations, you've already tapped into one of the most powerful secrets of staying youthful. Because here's the truth, youth isn't measured in years. It's measured by the fire burning inside your mind. Keep that fire alive, and time will never truly catch up with you. For you express your emotions freely now. Think about someone whose face seems weighed down, eyes heavy with fatigue, expression hardened, and an overall presence that feels heavy, like life itself has left its mark on them. They don't look old because of age. They look old because they've been worn down from the inside out. Now compare that to people who look younger than their years. Their faces are soft, their eyes sparkle. There's a calm lightness in how they move, speak, and carry themselves. What's the difference? Emotional expression. Emotions were never meant to be bottled up. When you suppress your sadness, your anger, your frustration, even your joy, you create tension that your body has to carry. It builds like pressure in a closed container. Stress levels rise, muscles tighten, and before you know it, those unexpressed emotions begin to write themselves onto your face. Years of emotional suppression don't just cloud your mind, they physically age you. Picture someone who never laughs fully, never cries openly, and never speaks their truth. They wear a neutral mask, but behind that mask, stress hormones like cortisol are building up, damaging their skin, draining their energy, weakening their immune system. That's why they look older, not because of bad genes, but because of the emotional weight they refuse to release. Now think about people who age gracefully. They have something in common. They allow themselves to feel. When they're happy, they laugh freely. When they're hurt, they cry, they talk, they let go. They're emotionally honest, and that honesty keeps them youthful. Their faces aren't marked by years of unspoken words or silent pain. Instead, they're expressive, full of life, and light and presence. It's no surprise that cultures which encourage open emotional expression tend to have people who appear more youthful and energized. Emotional release is one of nature's most powerful anti-aging tools. No expensive cream or supplement can replace it. In fact, studies show that people who freely express their emotions have lower stress levels, better mental health, and stronger immune systems. So, if you've ever been told you look younger than your age, it might not be your skincare routine or your genes. It might be because you laugh, you cry, you speak your truth, you release, and in doing so, you stay light. You stay young. 5. You surround yourself with positive energy. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt drained, like the air itself was pressing down on you? Or spent just a few minutes with someone, only to walk away feeling exhausted, as if they somehow sucked all the energy out of you? That's because energy is contagious, whether it's positive or negative. And if you're constantly exposed to negative energy, it doesn't just impact your mind, it slowly wears down your body and accelerates the aging process. Here's the truth. The people you surround yourself with have a direct effect on how youthful and alive you feel. If you spend your time with people who constantly complain, criticize, or drag you down with their negativity, you're paying for it with your health, your posture, and your peace of mind. Stress levels rise, your muscles tighten, and slowly you start carrying that energy in your face, your body language, and your overall presence. You can see it in people who appear far older than their actual age. Tired eyes, deep frown lines, and a heaviness that lingers around them like a shadow. But then there are others, People who look effortlessly youthful, regardless of their age. They glow, they radiate life and light. They seem fueled by something you can't quite explain. What's their secret? They are intentional about who they let into their lives. They spend time with those who lift them up, who inspire them, who bring joy instead of constant complaints. They know that negative energy is a slow, silent poison, and they don't let it spread into their world. Science backs this up. Studies show that positive social interactions reduce stress hormones and even slow down aging at a cellular level. Laughter, deep connection, uplifting conversations, they don't just improve your mood. They literally keep your body younger. Have you ever wondered why some people just seem to glow with youth despite their age? It's because they've surrounded themselves with people who fill them with life, not drain it from them. So, look around you. Are the people in your life energizing you or quietly depleting you? If you constantly feel tired, heavy, or emotionally exhausted, your environment might be playing a bigger role than you realize. The good news, you have the power to change it. Choose positive energy. Choose relationships that nourish your spirit. Your body will thank you for it. Because at the end of the day, youth isn't just about how you look. It's about the energy you carry. And that energy is shaped by the people you allow into your world. So if someone has ever told you you don't look your age, maybe it's not just luck. Maybe it's a sign that you've chosen to surround yourself with the kind of energy that keeps you truly alive. 6. You live with passion and purpose. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, they seem tired of life? Their face is blank, their eyes dull, their posture heavy, as if they're just going through the motions, waiting for time to pass, not really living. Now contrast that with someone who lights up a room. Someone whose voice gets louder when they talk about their dreams, whose eyes sparkle with excitement, whose energy is magnetic. What's the difference? Passion, purpose, a reason to wake up every morning. People who lack passion often appear older than they really are. Because when there's no fire driving your life forward, the body starts to quietly give up. 6. You live with passion and purpose. Life begins to feel empty when there's nothing to look forward to, and that emptiness eventually shows up on your face. The human body reacts to emotional stagnation just as strongly as it does to physical inactivity. It slows down, becomes tired, and starts to lose vitality. When you're disconnected from your purpose, you start to feel it in every part of yourself. Your thoughts dull, your spirit dims, and soon enough, your body follows. What's left is a tired-looking face, drained, aged, and uninspired. But then, there are those who shine with vibrant energy, regardless of their age. They don't wake up dreading the day. They wake up with drive, with purpose, ready to build, to create, to experience something meaningful. That inner fire, that passion, fuels them from the inside, and you can see it reflected outward in their expressions, in the way they walk, in their very presence. Their posture is lively, their tone is animated, their whole being radiates enthusiasm and intent, and science agrees. Research shows that living with a sense of purpose helps reduce stress, lower inflammation, and even extend your lifespan. When you pursue something that excites you, whether it's your job, a hobby, or a personal mission, your brain produces more dopamine and serotonin. These are the feel-good chemicals, the very compounds responsible for happiness. Motivation, and yes, youthful energy, they help your skin glow. They keep your body moving. They keep your spirit awake. So, if people often say you look younger than your age, maybe it's not just because of good genes. Maybe it's because you've found something that fuels your soul, something that gives you a reason to move forward with joy. Ask yourself, am I truly living or just existing? Because when you're stuck in lifeless routines, uninspired and directionless, it's not just your mind that suffers, your body starts to show it, too. But if you have something that lights you up inside, a dream, a goal, a mission, you'll carry an energy that defies time. Because in the end, youth isn't about the number of years you've lived, it's about how alive you feel. And those who live with passion, they never really grow old. 7. You let go of the past. Have you ever looked at someone and noticed that their eyes seem distant, like they're stuck in a memory they can't escape? Their face looks tired. Their expression feels heavy, as if they've been carrying invisible burdens for far too long. That's because holding on to regret, guilt, or resentment doesn't just affect the mind, it alters the body too. Unresolved emotions become weight. They raise your stress levels. They tighten your muscles. And over time, they quietly accelerate aging. The past is heavy. Every unresolved conflict, every painful memory, every mistake you keep replaying, all of it silently, drains your mental and physical health. Cortisol, the stress hormone, spikes when you dwell on what you cannot change. And over time, that spike leads to premature aging, wrinkles, fatigue, illness. You can see it in those who carry bitterness. Their faces harden, their energy dulls, and it's as if life itself has worn them down. And in many ways, it has. But then, there are people who seem light, vibrant, and radiant, even at an older age. What's their secret? They don't let the past define them. They've made peace with what's behind them. They understand that holding on to pain doesn't hurt the person who caused it. It only hurts them. So instead of clinging to regret, they focus on the present. Instead of replaying mistakes, they choose healing. Instead of being chained by the past, they walk in freedom. And science confirms it. Studies show that people who practice forgiveness and mindfulness experience lower stress, stronger immunity, and even longer lives. When you let go of grudges and regrets, your body follows. It releases tension. It heals. It resets. And in doing so, it helps you maintain a presence that is youthful, open, and radiant. So, if someone has ever told you that you look younger than your age, maybe it's not just genetics. Maybe it's because you've chosen to stop letting the past weigh you down. You've decided to live in the now. You've chosen to move forward rather than look back. And that mindset, it keeps you young inside and out. So ask yourself honestly, what are you still holding on to? Is it guilt, anger, resentment? The power of letting goats, not just your soul that suffers when you hold on to what no longer serves you. Your body pays the price to regret, resentment, guilt. These aren't just emotions. They're invisible weights you carry on your back, and the longer you cling to them, the more they pull you down physically and emotionally. But here's the turning point. The very moment you decide to let it go, to truly release what's been weighing you down, something powerful happens. You feel lighter, you feel freer, and most incredibly, you feel younger. Because in the end, the past is just that. The past, and those who learn to release it, walk differently. They smile easier. They glow in a way that time cannot touch. So if you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, why do I look younger than my age? Now you know, it's not just good skincare. It's not just luck or genetics. It's your mindset. It's your daily choices. It's the energy you carry through life, and the weight you refuse to hold on to. And if you're sitting there thinking, but I don't look younger, not yet, then maybe now is the time to adopt these powerful psychological habits, because the truth is, youth starts in the mind long before it shows on the face. If this video gave you a new perspective, or even just made you think, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that uncovers the hidden truths about life, psychology, and the human experience. And if you know someone who always gets mistaken for being younger than they are, share this with them. They might be just as fascinated as you are. Now, let's have some fun before we go. What's the wildest age mistake someone's ever made about you? Drop your story in the comments. I'd love to read it. Until next time, stay youthful, stay